A warm welcome to you, dear 10th standard students, to this offline session. Regarding this lesson AP, we have been doing the sums based on exercise 1.3. Let's continue with the same. The sum, sixth sum, first term is given, the common difference is given, sum of n terms is 90. Find the number of terms and find the nth term. Here we are familiar with the given formula of Sn. Let's continue with the same. Let me take this Sn formula, children. We know that it is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d is nothing but this Sn, which is about 90. Formula I have written. Then the substitution and simplification part. N we do not know. By 2. 2 into a is 2 again, plus n minus 1 into d is 8, which is equal to 90. N by 2 into 2 to the 4 plus here n into 8 becomes 8n minus 1 into 8, 8 is equal to 90, because the multiplication of binomial with this monomial. N by 2 into 8n, let me write down first. We have two different signs. Subtract and keep greater number sign. Greater number sign is 4. Is equal to 90. By cross multiplication, 2 can be brought over here. Therefore, this will become n into 8n minus 4 will be equal to this 90 into 2. Therefore, on simplification it becomes 8n into n becomes 8n square minus plus into minus minus 4 into n, 4n minus 4n is equal to 180. This is all the simplification part, which is about multiplying monomial with binomial. Next, children, like this of a quadratic equations we have factorized in your 8th standard as well as 9th standard. Its standard form will become 8n square minus 4n. On transposing, it will become minus 180, which is equal to 0. This is the standard form of quadratic equation having degree 2. Now, all these trinomials which are divisible by 4, children. Therefore, on dividing this by 4, it will become 2n square minus this is 1n minus 4 4s are 16, 2 comes here, 45 will be equal to 0. See, this is the simplified form of the same equation. I have divided throughout the equation by 4. Now, how to factorize? We have to multiply the first and the last term along with the sign, plus into minus, minus 2 into 45, which is 19n square we have, children. Now we have to look for two numbers by which if we multiply we must get this 90. Add or subtract, we must get the middle term. We call this as splitting the middle term or factorizing this equation. See, here we are left with 1. Therefore, on factorizing it, it can be 10 into 9 becomes 90, where 10 minus 9 becomes 1. Likewise, therefore, its middle number sign to be given to the greater number, okay, bigger number, minus. After giving this sign, children, check what sign can be given here, because if we multiply these two, we must get this. Therefore, we need to put plus here, because minus into plus minus n square we have n n. Therefore, its simplification becomes 2n square plus 10n plus 9n minus 45 is equal to 0, children. See, this is the splitting the middle term. Minus 1 can be written as minus 10 plus 9, because when two different signs are there, subtract and keep greater number sign. When you are placing the sign, you must be very careful, children. Now, grouping and factorization. What is common in these two? 2n is common. Remaining n remains here minus, this is 5 times, children. Okay. Further, how do we carry on here? Whatever the sign is here, we place it as it is. Then leave some space and write down this as it is, children. N minus 5. Now, n into what becomes 9? N into 9, which means from these two binomials, 9 is common. So that's all. 9 into n, 9n plus into minus minus, 9 plus 45 is equal to 0. N minus 5 into 2n plus 9, which is equal to 0. On finding the value, n will be equal to n minus 5 will be equal to 0, or 2n plus 9 will be equal to 0. On simplifying, n will be equal to minus 5 becomes plus 5. We will consider only this value, because here negative and fraction part will become something like this. 2n will be equal to minus 9. N is equal to minus 9 by 2, which has got a negative side. We don't consider. Okay. Number of terms means it must be a natural number. Okay. We have added. Okay. Sum of 5 terms is 90, means there is a meaning in it. So sum of minus 9 by 2 is, this means it has no meaning, children. See, the n part must be purely a natural number. Okay. Then we have calculated n. We shall calculate nth term, children. Nth term can be calculated using the formula. We know that a n is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, which is about a is 2 plus n is 5. 5 minus 1 becomes 4. 4 into this becomes 8. Like this, some plenty of sums we have done, children. Okay, the remaining part you can do it. But in this, what is important is, this is the sum. How do we start? We start from SN formula is equal to 90. On substitution and simplification we get, children. Okay, further simplification. Then this is the equation we land up with. All these terms are divisible by 4. Further, this equation becomes smaller and becomes like this. On factorizing it, we get the value of n. Let's look into next sum, children. Regarding seventh sum, children, first term is given, last term is given. Sum of n terms is 210. Find the number of terms and the common difference. See, children, to begin with, if we consider this formula an, a plus n minus 1 into d, two unknowns are there. N also do not know, d also do not know. Therefore, let's take Sn formula and try, children. It will become n by 2 into a plus l will be equal to this Sn is nothing but 210. Let's consider this formula. In this, we know a, and the last term also we know. Only n can be calculated. Therefore, this is suitable. N as it is, children, n by 2 into a is 8 and L is nothing but last term 62, which will be equal to 210. N by 2 into this becomes 70, which will be equal to 210. These two can be cancelled, children. By cross multiplication, this comes down. This comes down. 2 comes up. Remember. Therefore, N will be equal to 210 into this 2 has come here. This 70 comes down by cross multiplication. 1 time 0 0. Again, this is 1 time. This is 3 times. Therefore, N will be equal to 6. After calculating the value of N, children, we shall take this AN formula and find the value of D, children. We know that AN given is 62, children. Therefore, the AN formula we know, it is A plus N minus 1 into D is equal to 62, where A is 8 plus N is 6. 6 minus 1 becomes 5 into D is equal to 62. 5D will be equal to 62 plus becomes minus on transposing. 5D will be equal to 54, children. Okay, 62 minus 8 becomes. Now on cross multiplication, 5D is equal to so much. D is equal to 54 by 5. Okay, this is how we find the value of this. This is a very simple sum, children. I have taken the SN formula, the second formula, where L is given. This is last term. We all of us know that this is last term. I have taken this formula and I have calculated N. Take this value and substitute in another one. A plus N minus 1 into D. N is 6. 6 minus 1 becomes 5 into D. On transposing, plus 8 becomes minus 8. 64 minus become 54. So therefore D is equal to 54 by 5. Next sum, children. Children, in this exercise 1.3, this sum is quite different from the remaining sums what we have done so far. How do we go and how do we do it? It's easy, but you have to be very careful in doing it. The given I have written, nth term is given, D is given, sum of n terms, we need to calculate number of terms and then first term. Let's start with the nth term. An is equal to 4, where An formula we know, children, which is about A plus n minus 1 into D is equal to 4. Substitute the values which are known to us. A we do not know, D we know, n also we do not know. Therefore, A plus n we do not know, n minus 1 into D is 2, which will be equal to 4, children. Which will be equal to 4. Next, let me take the value of children. Further, one more step, simplification can be done, children. A plus n into 2, 2n minus into plus minus this 2 will be equal to 4. Next, what we can do is A plus 2n will be equal to this 4 plus 2 on transposition. A plus 2n will be equal to 6, children. We have two variables A and n. Therefore, we shall stop there. Okay? This has to be done by the method called substitution method, which you will learn in your next lesson, children. Next, let me start with this Sn formula, children. Sn, sum of n terms can be written as n by 2 into a plus l, where last term is given, which will be equal to, which is minus 14. N we do not know. N by 2 into a plus a we do not know. L is 4. Now, by cross multiplication, 2 can be taken here, children. N into a plus 4 will be equal to 2 into this becomes minus 28. I hope this step is understood. Now, one substitution I will make, children. A is equal to 6 minus 2n. See, a is equal to 6 on transposition, it will become minus 2. Let me call this as equation 1. This becomes equation 2. Okay, we call this as substitution method, children. Let me substitute the value of a over here, children. On substituting 1 in 2, substituting 1 in 2, we get n remains there only, children. What is a? A is 6 minus 2n. 6 minus 2n. See, this is a, children. Plus 4, which will be equal to minus 28. Here we have only one variable called n. So this is the method called the substitution method. On simplification, n into becomes 6 plus 2 becomes 10, children, minus 2n will be equal to minus 28. This is multiplication of binomial with the monomial. It will become n into 10 is 10n plus into minus minus 2n into n becomes 2n square, which is equal to minus 28. Now, if we write it in the standard form, children, this is minus 2n square. Okay, first minus 2n square comes, next plus 10n comes. Okay, this one will be is equal to minus 28. Okay, see, the starting point itself is negative. We don't want to have negative, children. Therefore, multiply throughout the equation by negative, or transpose these two sets, two terms towards that side. Therefore, when it goes that side, it will become plus 2n square. This also gets transposed, minus 10n. Already we have minus 28, which will be equal to 0. Very carefully you have to do this, children, or multiply throughout the equation by minus, then do this one. Now, look at this equation, children. All these three terms are divisible by 2. Okay, therefore, divide by 2. This becomes 1n square. This becomes minus 5n minus 14 is equal to 0. Previously, we have done a sum of this kind. Multiply these two along with the sign, it will become minus 14n square. Find the factors of 14. We have 5 over here, children. Okay, you have to multiply two terms to get the 14. If you add or subtract, you must get this 5. Okay, 7 2s is 14. Middle number sign to be given to the greater number. Okay, bigger number. Then it will become plus, because, children, minus into plus minus, two different signs are there. On subtracting it, the value becomes minus 5. Therefore, on simplification, n square minus 7n plus 2n minus 14 is equal to 0. Grouping and factorization, children. N is common. N minus 7 plus among these two, 2 is common. N minus 7 times. Or after writing this, n minus 7 as it is can be written, leaving the space. N into what becomes 2? N into 2 becomes 2n is equal to 0. Likewise you can then take one common, n minus 7 into n plus 2 is equal to 0. Then n minus 7 is equal to 0 or n plus 2 is equal to 0. On simplification, n will be equal to plus 7 or n will be equal to minus 2 comes. We don't want this negative value. N is equal to 7. Okay? N is equal to 7. We have calculated, children. How do we calculate A? We are left with equation 1. Take this n value and substitute here. And substituting, it will become 6 minus 2 into 7 will be equal to 6 minus 2 7s are 14 minus 14 minus 6 will become minus A is equal to minus 8. This is how we calculate. This sum looks bit lengthy, children. Okay, a lengthy one. This sum can be asked for 4 marks, children. Where this is 1 mark up to here 1, then factorizing it and finding the value becomes 2. Therefore, for 4 marks you can expect, children. Very carefully you have to do this one. Children, the ninth sum we have, first term is 3, nth number of terms is 8, sum of 8 terms is 192. Find the common difference. It's an easy sum, children. Let's begin from this Sn formula. Therefore, n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 192. Here we have not used the second formula because last term is not given. Therefore, first formula I have taken, children. Next, substitution. N is 8, children. 8 by 2. 2 into A is 3 plus n is 8 minus 1 becomes 7. 7d will be equal to 192. On simplification, this becomes 4. Now, by cross multiplication, 4 comes down, children. 4 comes down. Therefore, this becomes 6 plus 7d is equal to 192 by this 4. By cross multiplication, from here I have taken. These two numbers are divisible by 4. Let me check one time. This is 4 4s are 16. Carry 3, 32, 8 times. Okay, 4 4s are 16. Okay, 3 remains 32. 8 4s are 32. Now, this is 7d is equal to 48 transposing minus 6. 7d will be equal to 42, children. A on subtracting. D will be equal to 42 by this 7 by cross multiplication. D is equal to, okay, by 6. D is equal to 6 sums of 42. Simple sum, children. For 2 marks, you can expect this sum, children. Next, 10th sum, last term is given. Sum of 9 terms is given. Find the value of A, they have asked, children. Now, let me take this value, children. Okay? Yes, 9. This can be written as n by 2 into A plus L is nothing but 144, because sum of 9 terms it is given, which means last term is given. Therefore, I have taken this sum. N refers to 9, children. 9 by 2 into A we do not know, plus L is 28 is equal to 144. By cross multiplication, 2 comes over here, 9 comes down. A plus 28 will be equal to 144 into 2 by this 9. These two numbers are divisible by 3, because 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. Therefore, 3 times 3, this is 4 times 12, carry 2, 2 comes here 24, 8 3 is 24. Again, these two are divisible by 3, children. 1 time, this is 1 4, 1 3 is 3, 1 comes here 16. A is equal to A plus 28 will be equal to 16 2s are 32, children. On subtracting this, transposing, this plus 28 becomes minus 28, children. A will be equal to 4, that you can do, I think so. A is equal to 32 minus 28. A will be equal to 4. Greater number sign will be equal to 4. So, like this of sums, children, plenty of sums which are there in the exercise part. Please do at least every day. Try to do at least 6 to 8 sums at least every day. 6 to 8 times, 8 sums. If you do it every day, then your practice is good. Then you will be able to solve the sums much easily, children. Stay healthy and take care. Thank you, children.